summertime by the bay, AT&T Park in San Francisco. It's the home opener of this new season between the Colorado Rockies and the San Francisco Giants. Two of the best, Posey and Arenado, are coming up next.
Center fielder, number 19.
Charlie Blackmon is in this.
0-1's the count.
Start things out as he's into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And now look out as that runs in and gets him. And a very interesting start to this one. Here's the second baseman, DJ LeMahieu. He enters play hitting down in the 240s for the year. And that misses, ball one. And this winds up inside for a ball. 2-0 now.
Well, you clearly have a guy scuffling right now on the mound. Look, he hit the last batter, and then he's falling behind here. As a hitter, you just got to sit there and look for one specific pitch before you swing.
And this one's over at the knees. 2-1. 2-2.
Well, that changeup right there sets up a lot of things. Now the count's 2-2. He can come back in with a fastball, and it's going to look like it's moving a little bit better. Or he can go back to that changeup.
And he looks at a cold strike three as the cut fastball's in there, and that's out number one.
Nolan Arenado.
He's set and the pitch. Now a 58-foot curveball that misses for a ball. And here's a ball hit in the air. And that's in there. Base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are two aboard now.
Batting fourth.
Here's Carlos Gonzalez. And a quick glance at the numbers will tell you it's been a huge struggle for him at the plate this year. Ball one. 1-0 pitch on the way. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch.
Nope.
And the changeup is way low that time.
Well, I know the last thing he wants to do is load the bases right here, so the pressure is on right now to get back in the strike zone.
Runners are at first and second with one away. Fastball is looked at for strike two. 2-2 count. Here it comes. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. Belt has it to Crawford for one. On to Belt, and they turn the double play. That ends the inning. Coming to the plate now, Eduardo Nunez. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Center fielder, Eduardo Nunez.
And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. And a neck-high fastball that time. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike two anyway. 1-2. Here it comes. 1-2 is an off-speed pitch. No dice. It's 2-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Now a Another 2-2. Liner towards second. On to first, but it's too late as the first base umpire says they just missed getting him at the bag.
Right fielder.
Settling in now, Hunter Pence. Not the shiniest of batting average as he comes in hitting down in the 220s for the year. And that's going to be a base hit for Pence. Here's the first baseman, Brandon Belt. And at first for him following the one-out single. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. A fastball that just misses inside.
That pitch right there, he's trying to keep him from getting his arms extended. If it's out over the plate more, he can obviously do a lot of damage with it.
The tag, and he is out at second. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
Falling behind 3-0 to the wrong guy right here. You don't want to mess around with him. You know he's going to have the green light. If you throw one inside, he still might turn and burn.
Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. And he gets under this one as the ball is skied into very shallow right. LeMahieu is there for it, and the inning is over. And that brings in the power hitting shortstop Trevor Story. He'll lead it off here to begin the second.
Story.
And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball one. Now the pitch. In tight. Awfully tight. 2-0 now. Leaves a changeup high for a strike.
Pretty lucky to get away with that one. There's not a situation ever where you want to throw a high changeup, so I think he'll try to make an adjustment with the next one he throws.
Here it is on 3-1. Here's the ball swung on and hit high and deep down the left field line, and this will stay fair. Home run. And that'll bring up the speedy outfielder David Dahl. He enters play hitting in the 260s for the year. First pitch on its way. And here's a ball hit in the air. Ruggiano is over, and that's the first out of the inning. Here's Mark Reynolds. One run in and one gone so far this inning.
Mark Reynolds.
Here comes the first pitch. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. The 0-1 pitch. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball one. Now the 1-1 home to Reynolds. Chopped weakly to the left. Nunez right there. On to first as Reynolds is the ground out victim here. 2 away.
Batting eighth.
That'll bring up Tony
catcher,
Walters.
14.
And he is proving to be something of a non-threat with the bat in his hands this year. The average isn't pretty.
No, that's down.
Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. And that pitch catches the inside corner. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. He's around first, heading for 2. And he's in there safely. He's got a double. So digging in now, number 73. And a chance now to increase his lead if he can deliver something here with 2 gone. A bit high there. A ball and no strikes. Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. And he looks at a changeup in there. 1-1. Took him right up the ladder that time, and it's 1-2.
Obviously, he wants to help himself out right here. With 2 strikes, that's going to be difficult to do. Let's see if he can put the ball in play.
Grounded up the first baseline. Fielded cleanly by Belt, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is... Here's Buster Posey now. He brings a rather ugly 230s batting average into this one.
Buster Posey.
And that slider's almost in the dirt.
Pretty good pitch and a great take there. There's not a lot you could do with that slider breaking down and unless you can catch it way out front and hook it down the line. You see a lot of swinging misses on those.
Good check swing on that off-speed pitch. Clearly a sitting fastball ready to let it fly. He recognized it was an off-speed pitch and was able to hold up.
From the windup, the 3-0 pitch. Takes a knee-high fastball. Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. Popped high in the air. And there's the first out. Now at the plate, Justin Ruggiano. And he's looking to get it going. Off to a bit of a slow start this year. Here's a slider to start things out. Looked at for ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. And that changeup makes him jump. A swing and a miss.
Well, he's just 2 outs into his major league debut on the mound, and so far he doesn't seem nervous or like he's trying to do too much. That's easier said than done.
LeMahieu takes charge out there, and he stays with it for the second out.
Batting 6.
Here's Joe Panik hitting just a bit over the Mendoza line on the year. There's a good fastball on the outside corner as he'll take a look at strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Drilled to the right side. And that is through into right field for a single. So the bottom of the inning is still alive after the 2-out base hit. Here's Kelby Tomlinson. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1.
Tying run at first base. He's got to make sure that a ball in the gap, he scores. He's got to get a great jump. And one way to do it, as soon as you see that ball through the zone and you see the swing and it makes contact, you just got to get flying.
A runner on first with 2 away. And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1.
He still might be looking for that release point on that curveball early in this outing. That one looked like it popped out of his hand behind his ear instead of out front. We'll see if he finds that pitch because it'll be important for him.
He's set. Here's the 3-1. And a good at-bat that time as he lays off for ball 4. And as a result, that'll move a runner up into
the shortstop, Brandon Crawford.
Brandon Crawford is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1.
After the walk and with runners on the bags, he couldn't afford to fall behind here. Nice job of jumping ahead with strike 1.
And he'll look at a fastball just off the black, and it's even at 1. Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. Swing and a liner. And that's going to get down out there. Panik is on his way home. Now it's cut off. A throw to the plate. And he's safe. Stepping up now, number 32. He readies for his first plate appearance.
Number 32.
First offering on its way. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
There's 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position. I don't care if it's the pitcher or not. He's got to treat him like another hitter. You can't let him beat you here. This is a big at-bat.
Fastball called for strike 2. And he pops it up back behind second base. LeMahieu is there, and the side is retired. Here's Charlie Blackmon now. He'll go to work trying to do something about breaking this 1-1 tie.
Charlie Blackmon.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Nunez has it, and it's a quick out, number 1.
Now
stepping in and ready for another shot, DJ LeMahieu. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Down the third baseline. But a foul ball here, 0-1. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Liner toward right center, and that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. Digging in for his second at-bat, Nolan Arenado. He singled his last time up.
Arenado.
First pitch coming, here it is. And he holds up here, but the pitch is a called strike anyway. The 0-1 pitch. Hit on the ground to third. One there. On to first. And for the second time in 3 innings, they've bounced into a double play. Digging in, Eduardo Nunez. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game.
Third baseman, Eduardo
And I believe they'll say he broke the plane as he has
0-1.
Now the pitch. High in the air out towards shallow right. Gonzalez has a read on it. Makes the play, one away. Here's the right fielder, Hunter Pence. A base hit in his first trip. Into the windup and the pitch. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Gonzalez racing back. And that ball is over the wall out toward the cove. A home run.
The first baseman.
Ready for another chance? Brandon Belt. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Sends that one out of play for strike one.
Man, he's flirting with danger. He gave up a home run on that very same pitch. And this time he comes right back with it in another dangerous location. He better be careful. Well, he's out in front of that breaking ball right there. Not surprised. That was after that fastball. Nice job of pitching. Kind of keeping him off balance.
One out, nobody on. One-two pitch is a curveball that misses 2-2.
Wow, it just doesn't seem like he's being as aggressive as he was before he gave up that home run. Was throwing the ball great. Now it seems like he's a little bit more tentative throwing the ball across the plate.
Arenado will look this one in, and that's out number 2. Now at the plate, Buster Posey. He topped out in his first trip. Into the windup and the pitch. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Blackman is under it. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Striding in once again, Carlos Gonzalez comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame.
Gonzalez.
And a fastball's in there for strike one.
Well, there's a first pitch strike. You know, only 50% of the pitches he's throwing first pitch this game have been for a strike. So I'm surprised that he's having as much success so far as he is.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Pence has a read on it. And that's the first out of the inning. Trying to pick things up where he left off. Trevor Story. He went deep in his first at-bat, and we'll see what he's got in store for us here. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1.
Well, he is working fast, and he wants that quick inning, just throwing a lot of strikes. Right now, 0-1. Again, I think he comes right after him and makes him swing the bat.
And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball one. And this is fouled back and out of play. Lays off the 1-2 changeup, and he's worked it back to 2-2. Set to deal on 2-2. And this one will be out of play off to the left. Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now, 3-2. Looking to fade his first walk. Here it comes. And that is swung on and missed. He's down on strikes, and the first two are retired here to begin inning number 4.
Left fielder.
And that'll bring up the speedy outfielder David Dahl. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball one. Here's a breaking ball that falls in there for a strike to even things at 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Now a ball lined toward the gap in left center. Tomlinson is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire. Now batting, Justin Ruggiano. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Center fielder, number 39.
Smoked on the ground up the middle. And that's through for a base hit. Make him 1 for 2 in this one. So the fourth inning opens with a leadoff single. Here's Joe Panik. He singled and scored in his first appearance in this one. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at. Fourth inning of a 2-1 ball game. Down the first baseline. But this will be a foul ball as he's behind 0-2 now. Here it comes on 0-2. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to lay off right there. You're down 0-2. You're in protect mode. You want to chase that ball. Nice layoff.
Chopped weakly to the right. Reined in. And he is out on the tag. Here's Kelby Tomlinson. Reached base via the walk in his first plate appearance.
Tomlinson.
From the stretch. And this ball's going to find the seats down the left field line. Foul, strike one. The 0-1 pitch. And no swing, apparently. Ball one. Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is. Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line and right. And a nice running catch here down the line as the runner tags from second. And he's up to third safely now with 2 gone in the inning. Oh, and he takes his eye off it here, and it goes right past him.
Number 35.
So a man at third here with 2 gone. And stepping in, the slick fielding shortstop, Brandon Crawford.
1-0.
Breaking pitch, and this bounces in front of the catcher. The 1-0 delivery. Swing and a little blooper to center. Gonzalez coming on, but it's the center fielder who gets there, and that ends the inning. Digging in to try it again, Mark Reynolds. He'll lead things off here in this 1-run contest. Fly ball out toward right field. Pence has a read on it, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Tony Walters. It was a double for him in his first turn at the plate. In there, 0-1. And a curveball taken for strike 2.
I gotta say, his command of the corners in this start has been pretty exceptional. He's mixed east and west really well, and it's a big reason why he's had success.
Ruggiano is there now, and he has it. 2 gone. Stepping up to the plate, number 73 comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0.
Well, Matt, that's 2 quick outs, but if you look at the pitch count, it's way down low. He's being aggressive, and so are they. He's got a chance to get through this one.
And that's right there, and we're even at 1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. That's to first. Does he have another 1-2-3 inning? He does. 8 in a row he's set down, and the side is retired. Standing in, number 32. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Catcher, number 32.
And a curveball to begin the at-bat, 0-1. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2.
Well, he finds himself down 0-2, but those were 2 good pitchers' pitches. Both on the inside half, both for strikes. There's nothing you can do with it. You just got to hope now you get something to hit.
So he ran the fastball by him for the punch-out. Number 32 sent packing to start the bottom of the 5th. Eduardo Nunez stands in as he looks at a called strike. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. High in the air out to center field. Blackman is under it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. Here's the right fielder, Hunter Pence. He's off to a fast start in this one, 2 for 2, including a home run. Started to go around there, but he holds up, ball 1. The 1-0 now to Pence. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. Swing and a liner. Foul.
Back-to-back changeups, and he fouled that one off right there. I don't think he's going to come back with the 3rd one. I got to be thinking some other pitch is coming.
No.
Lays off the breaking pitch, and it's 3 balls and a strike.
This is a good at-bat so far here with 2 away. If you're going to go down 1, 2, 3, at least make the guy work for it. He's doing that, and he's even gotten himself into a good hitter's count now.
And another foul ball. The next 3-2. And a half-hearted swing there as they tie him up inside. Here's Charlie Blackmon now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Colorado.
Here it comes.
Fielder, Charlie Blackmon.
There's a strike at the knees. 0-1. Well, it's been a good outing so far, but he hasn't really racked up the strikeout totals that you might think, Dan.
Yeah, but for him, Matt, he's more pitch to contact kind of guy, and obviously it's working so far, and the way he pitches, it really keeps his pitch count down.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Drilled right back up the middle. He gets dirty, but he can't get there, and it's into center field. So that puts the leadoff man aboard to get the inning underway. Here's the second baseman, DJ LeMahieu. Leadoff man on base, and we'll see what they have in mind strategy-wise here. Now some action out in the Giants bullpen as they'll have both a left-hander and a right-hander get loose. Ball one. Hits are even right now at 5 aside. And a breaking ball falls in there for a strike. It's 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Good change of speeds, but he lays off 2-1.
I think he wanted that pitch right there, but you know what? He's been throwing the ball real well tonight, and he's been getting a lot of favorable calls from the umpire, too.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1. 3 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Pence on the run. He makes the play. A fine running catch to get the first out of the inning. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
The batter, number 20.
Digging in to try it again, Nolan Arenado. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. And this is taken outside for ball 1.
He's obviously been very impressive on the mound in this one, and I think the big reason why is his ability to stay out of the middle of the zone. That's kind of obvious, but it's clear to me that even when he misses his spots, he's not missing over the plate.
Low scoring game thus far, 2-1 here in the 6th. Drilled on the ground to short. And a diving effort there, but it'll come up empty. It's a base hit. Here's Carlos Gonzalez.
Fielder, number
0 for 2 thus far in this one.
Gonzalez.
First pitch on its way. And this is going to be a foul ball.
Boy, the Rockies have been looking for that big hit all game long. They haven't been able to come through so far, but now would be the time to come through.
And that misses 1-1. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Ruggiano on the move. And he makes the catch for the second out. And that brings in the power-hitting shortstop, Trevor Story. We'll see if he can come through in a clutch spot here. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 6. And too high with the cut fastball. It's 1-0 now. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. And that one misses upstairs. 2-0. Here's the 2-0. And this is a called strike at the letters. Looked like ball 3, but make it 2-1 instead. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. To 2-2 now. 1 run, 6 hits. No errors in the ballgame for the Rockies thus far. Swing and a miss as he chases one out of the zone for the 3rd strike, and that's. Here's the first baseman, Brandon Belt. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far.
First baseman, Brandon Belt.
And that misses inside 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Now here's a swing by Belt, and he gets a lot of this one. Out to deep right field. Gone to lead off the inning. Here's Buster Posey now. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1.
Well, I'll tell you, if he wants to turn things around, that pitch is one he's going to have to start locating a lot better.
There's a swing and a high pop-up. LeMahieu is under it, no problem, one away. Ready for another chance? Justin Ruggiano. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And here's a first pitch curveball that bounces on him there. It's ball 1. And he falls behind now, 2-0.
That's just not a competitive pitch. I mean, that ball wasn't even close. Now the hitter's sitting 2-0.
Good swing. Just got to try and straighten that one out. And the pitch on 2-1. And he checks his swing. Did he go around? Yes, says the first base umpire. Strike 2. And a half-hearted attempt that time, but they'll say he broke the plane, and that's out number 2.
The second baseman.
Ready once
12.
again, Joe Panic. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Hit down the line at first. But this is foul for the first strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And this will land foul.
Well, he got a piece of that breaking ball right there. That's the second one he's seen in a row now, and he fouled that one off. Let's see if he comes back with a third one. 3 in a row.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Weak chopper up the line. That winds up foul. Can't quite get the low outside corner there. It's 1-2.
Tried to get him to chase that 0-2 curveball there, but he wasn't biting. Very well could see it again here.
Hit on the ground down the first baseline. Again, a 1-2. And that one stayed up a little high.
Well, one thing about him, he's an absolute grinder at the plate. You can pretty much count on him battling at the plate.
Got him looking, and that'll do it. The inning is over. Back here in San Francisco. Giants leading this one as we get set for the 7th, but before it gets underway, there you see our game summary through the first 6 innings of play. David Dahl is in to start things off here as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of it.
There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Ruggiano ranging back. Gone to lead off the inning. Here's Mark Reynolds. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Derek Long will come on in relief now as he'll make his 10th appearance of the season.
For the Giants, number 64.
Into the windup and the pitch. Now a fly ball here, not hit all that well out toward Pence in right. 1 gone. Striding in once again,
14.
Tony Walters. 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far.
Now pitching for the Giants.
So they'll make a matchup move here and bring on a southpaw to face the left-handed hitter due up. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike. 0-1. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. A swing and a miss at the good old Uncle Charlie.
Well, he's got him thinking right now. There's a fastball, then he comes back at the curveball and gets him out in front. I think when you get him out in front like that, you come back and throw another curveball right here. Well, I think he's trying to get that 2-strike fastball out of the zone. Just caught too much of the plate right there. Fortunately, he fouled him off instead of putting it in the seats.
But right to the second baseman, and that's the second out.
Now batting.
Digging in
Number
once again.
73.
Swing and a miss, but he's right on here. One strike.
0-1's the count.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control. 0-2.
Hey, Matt, you're the pitcher. There's 2 outs, nobody on. You're letting it fly, right? I'd be doing the same thing like he just did right there. 2 big swings, and he has nothing yet.
And an off-speed pitch. Swung on and missed, and with that... So digging in now, Kelby Tomlinson comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Kelby Tomlinson.
Hit in the air to shallow center. Blackman is under it. 1 away. Here's the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far. Here comes the first pitch. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Lifted the other way out to left center. Moving under it, Blackman. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Striding in, Matt Reynolds.
Yeah, we thought we might be seeing the end of the road for the starter, but clearly he's still in there for at least one more hitter.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Manny, but I think this lefty-lefty matchup right here may have been enough to convince the manager to stay with him. So we'll see if it works out.
And he'll step off and try. Again,
Now
Chad
pitching for the
Qualls
Rockies,
takes over pitching.
Number 50, Chad Qualls.
Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul.
Nope,
and there's ball 1. 2 out, nobody on. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Qualls is ready. Here's the 2-1. Sinker misses there, and now he's in trouble. 3-1.
Walks are never good, but they're especially bad news late in games like this. It seems like they always come back to bite.
And he misses ball 4. So he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
Baseman, Eduardo Nunez.
First pitch on its way. Slider swung on and grounded toward short. Story picks it up, and as it turns out, the 2-out walk doesn't. Will Smith has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 13.
Here's Charlie Blackman now. He'll have a new pitcher waiting for him as we begin their half of the 8th. And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1.
He couldn't quite catch up to that one. He needs to get his foot down and see the fastball out of his hand.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. The pitch. Fastball swung on and grounded out towards second. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8.
The batter, number 9.
Digging in now,
Second baseman,
DJ LeMahieu. He flew out in his last at-bat. And a slider runs in on him as he has to lean out of the way. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And he takes a pitch right down the middle.
Man, I think he's trying to send a message right here. I'm going to challenge you. I like my stuff. I think I'm better than you. I don't care how good a hitter you are. And this guy's a good hitter, by the way. But he came right after him early in the count.
And that'll get on through into center, and he's got himself a one-out hit. Here's Nolan Arenado. He's 2 for 3 thus far.
Nolan Arenado.
Hunter Strickland enters to make an appearance on the mound as he inherits a runner at first with 1 out in the inning.
Hunter Strickland.
He's set. Here it comes. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone.
Well, these hitters can expect to see a heavy dose of that big fastball from this reliever. It's a major part of his arsenal.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Working for the punch out and the offering. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Hit in the air to center field. Ruggiano moves over. 2 gone. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
The right fielder.
Ready for another shot now. Carlos Gonzalez. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. First offering on its way. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. Smoke toward the hole. And that'll get past his outstretched glove. It's a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now. Into the box now, Trevor Story, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. Belt in foul ground. And that retires the side. Here's the right fielder, Hunter Pence. He'll get things started now in the bottom of inning number 8.
Right fielder.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Hit on the ground out to short. Story brings it in. 1 away. 1 gone here in the Giants' half of the 8th. And standing in now, the left-handed hitting first baseman, Brandon Belt. And that misses for ball 1.
Tough spot in the game right here. You have a very close call that doesn't go your way. This is when you have to really regroup as a pitcher and go out there and try to make quality pitches.
Story scoops it up. Throw on to first, 2 gone. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Buster Posey. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. And a changeup here misses off the corner to start him out. It's ball 1. In for a strike. It's 1-1. Wall sets, ready with the 1-1 pitch. And he'll try to hold back the swing, but he'll do so unsuccessfully as that's ruled a strike. Now here's the pitch. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
That's some good hitting right there. Great eyes. I mean, to recognize that and lay off it right now, that was nice.
And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. Ready to deliver the full count pitch. And this is pulled hard but foul. They brought their gloves for that one out there. This is in the air out to straightaway center. Blackman's after it. Uh-oh, he whips on it. Digging in, Justin Ruggiano. He got called out on strikes his last time through. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Sinker stayed high but called for a strike. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Chopped foul over towards the coaching box. 2 quick strikes, and now the 0-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now he went for the knockout pitch that time, but a good eye. 1-2. Here's the 1-2. A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. Throw arm to first, and that error won't come back to haunt. Now in the box, David Dahl. He'll be the one to greet the closer, Hunter Strickland.
Left fielder, David Dahl.
First pitch coming. Here it is. 9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And this is fouled back and out of play.
He's clearly looking to hit off the fastball and adjust. That's a pretty good swing after seeing 2 fastballs now in a row.
And a swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the 9th.
Now batting.
So striding in, Mark Reynolds. Who could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Way behind that pitch. It's 0-1. Set with the 0-1. Turned on down the line. But this will wind up a foul ball, strike 2. The 0-2 home. Again, he sends it out of play. Here's another 0-2. Very little resistance there as he's retired on a half-hearted swing, and there are 2 away.
The catcher, number 14.
Striding into the box, Tony Walters. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. And that'll get down for a 2-out single. Didn't waste any time like the first pitch he saw to keep the inning going. Standing in,
number 50.
Gerardo Parra will be called.
Bench hitting for the Rockies, number 8. Gerardo
Mark
Parra.
Melanson comes out of the bullpen
Giants,
to shut things
number
down
41.
here in the 9th.
Mark Melanson.
Now a bluff here as he steps off to looking back at first. Line to the right side. In there, a base hit. The throw to third. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now. So striding forward now, Charlie Blackmon looking to make it 3 straight 2-out hits here. He's got a runner in scoring position at second. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner. 0-1, here it comes. Now a fastball that's taken close that time, but it's 1-1. Set and the 1-1 pitch. Taken called strike 2, and now they're down to their final strike tonight. Flipped out the other way towards short. Throw to first here is in time to record the final out, and the Giants make it 6 straight victories now as this one is over. So we witnessed a close one here, but this man was a big factor in the outcome, so we're inclined to pencil him in as the top player of the game.
Well, when your one hit of the game is a home run and it ends up being a really critical one, you have to feel pretty good. It wasn't a huge day on the stat sheet, but it led his team to a win, and that's all you can hope for as a player.
Our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Giants. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 5 men on base. For the Rockies, 2 runs on 11 hits, 1 error. They left 10 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 53 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance, 41,503. The Giants thank you for attending tonight's game at AT&T Park and remind you to please buckle up and drive home safely. Good night.